I like the way this manager is. I wouldn't make my fries like this. I would start on this day. So they're just building data. So who do you think is going to be more well off? The person with a plan or the person that's just existing trying to get by?
First one.
So the one with a plan is no longer at the job that you hate. Because when you have a plan, now you're living inside of the dream job that you're planning to have one day, and you're utilizing the job that you have to be able to squeeze every bit of knowledge out of it so that by the time you get to where you're going, it's just like in martial arts. I did martial arts for 15 years. Every belt transfers to the next belt. You don't leave the disciplines of the last belt. So you don't leave the disciplines of the thing. You don't leave the disciplines of all the other jobs. Why do you think as a coach, I have a high ticket where somebody pays me $40,000 for a leadership offer, but it's like your favorite coach's favorite coach comes and takes my stuff. Why? Because my skill set when it comes to coaching, facilitation, when it comes to building programs, building offers, working with people, healing, working with divine channel, but it's all of these disciplines. It's like mixed martial arts of leadership instead of just the one or two. So I taken all the lessons from all of the things that I've learned over time, including music, and put that into the way that I train, which teach people how to just be an optimal servant when it comes to elevating and amplifying theirs and other people's lives around them.
Yes, I love that. I'm putting something together for everyone to create a plan or a life script, cast vision, because like you said, I think I read in a book somewhere, 9 out of 10 people you see on the street, if you go up to them and ask them why they're working, they'll just say to make money. They don't really have a plan or a vision. So I want to help people create that vision so they can escape those jobs they hate, because you don't have to stay there, especially in 2023 with this magic mirror right here that you're watching us on. Like, you can create anything on the internet, but you just have to have a vision and a plan, like you said. So yes, you guys, that's so powerful.
I'm loving this conversation.
Yeah, this is super fire. Someone asked a really good question. I wanted to see where it was. I think they said something like, how do you forgive here it is. How do you forgive people that have ruined us from the inside out?
So here's the thing about how hate works. What they did is what they did, but what you did about it is what you're doing to yourself. So if you want to free yourself, forgiveness is the way, and the only way out is through. The forgiveness is not for them. It's actually for you. Because the ability to not forgive is like throwing pesticides on your future, no matter how hard you work. And you don't even realize what you're doing to your kids, what you're doing to your money, what you're doing to your intimacy, what you're doing to so many different things because you harbor hate inside of your vessel. So if you could forgive, but I've already forgave this person, well, forgive him again. I forgave the 2 men who murdered my father over 1,000 times. Well, how do you have the time to do that? I leverage something that I already do every day. I brush my teeth every day. I take a shower every day, and I go either number 1 or number 2 every day. So anytime I want to elevate, I do elevation bathroom or elevation shower or elevation brush my teeth. And then I create a forgiveness practice inside of those things to just, I'm forgiving. Because it's not the word forgive. Because any word that you use is actually separating you further and further away from the truth. Because in the Bible it says in the beginning there was a sound, but the Greek meaning, in the beginning there was the word. Greek meaning for the word is sound and vibration. So the beginning was actually vibration. So any word that you use is actually further away from the truth, because the truth is actually a vibrational frequency. So you're using the word forgiveness so that you can summon the frequency up in your body. So that's why you do it over and over and over and over and over. If you say, I hate myself, I hate myself, I hate myself, I hate myself, I'm ugly, I'm ugly, I'm ugly, I'm ugly, I'm fat. It's not the words, it's the vibration inside of you that turns you into the very thing that you identify with. So when you say, I am the most forgiving kind of person, I forgive the two men who murdered my father. I forgive them. And that energy is what overflowed inside of me. And now, when I tip the scales, the frequency of forgiveness is that of my nature. I don't have to try to do it now because I trained it into my consciousness.
Oh my God. Here? Okay, great.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. So yeah, getting on that frequency. Love that. And the repetition is so key too, because even if you start saying these things and you don't believe it yourself, you just have to say it over and over, and it's the consistency that will help. And also, you know what's helped me a lot with things like that, or not even really forgiveness, but grief or self-love, things like that. Sleep meditations that sleep into your subconscious at night. If you can do sleep meditations for whatever you're struggling with every night for 30 days, you'll definitely feel a shift in yourself, because you're actually going to start rewiring how your brain thinks. So that's something that's super helpful for me when it comes to any type of struggle. And there's so many out there. I talk about this channel a lot when I go live. It's called Rising Higher Meditation. She has different topics for whatever you're going through to help you reprogram yourself, because that's the first step, is helping your brain start new neural pathways to get over the struggles. I'm trying to see if there's other questions here. Somebody asked, how do you know, what if you don't know what you want and you don't have a vision? Well, it's kind of like what he was saying earlier. Just go back to what you loved doing as a child, right?
Yeah, well, oftentimes that leads you to your vision. So what did I want to do? So let's just take it back. Okay, so let's just say I don't know what my vision is. Okay, cool. When I was a little kid, from my earliest memory, I wanted to be a superhero. Well, Garen, what does that have to do anything? Okay, no, let's dig deeper. I wanted to be a superhero. Why? I wanted to be the stronger than the average person. I wanted to have abs like an action figure, and I wanted to save lives all over the world. What do I do today? Stronger than the average human. I have abs like an action figure, and I have spoken in over 75 countries all over the world. So whenever people are like, oh my God, do you ever run out of energy? I was like, I don't think you know who you're talking to. You might see this 44-year-old young man, but what I feel is little Garen doing and being what he's always wanted to do and be. And inside of that comes the power. And we come right back to artist power. So the first thing that I would do is try and remember the things that you used to love to do as a child that brought you the most joy. And if you can't remember, ask somebody that was around you and your family during that time. There is so much power in there. And then from there, I would work towards whatever it is that you've always been drawn to in life and see if there's a correlation. If there's a correlation, I guarantee you your vision will be embedded inside of that.
Love that. So powerful. I'm just trying to, there's so many questions. I just want to have people get their questions answered. There was another one. Well, I think it got lost, but anyway. Thank you for spitting all this heat. Everyone's loving it. You guys throw some hearts on the video, and make sure you share the little paper airplane. Share it to somebody, because this will be a replay. I saw a lot of you guys say save the live, so it will be up for replay when you need it. And make sure your friends get in on this so they can hear this conversation. Okay, well, what else did I have in my paper? I think I just got into, we already talked about pretty much everything I had written down. So what's your top 3 tips for manifesting your dream life?
1, you can't hit a target that you don't have, so you have to know what it is that
Going
you
back
want.
to that vision and the plan.
Yeah, it's like, what do you want? Oh, I want to be successful. I'm like, why? Like, what does success mean to you? It's like digging into the questions on what it is that you say that you wanted. And so I think you getting clear on what your dream life is and not being vague, because it's your dream life. When I attracted my wife, someone who I could literally see for the rest of my life and past this physical life, even if we come back as otters or crickets. 3 years prior, I wrote down a list of the attributes that I wanted in a woman. I put down 62 attributes. It's like relationship with God, masculine and can easily slip into her feminine, can make her own money but loves to be taken care of, great discipline, great hygiene, beautiful inside and out, loves to travel, loves fitness, loves to read, loves personal growth. I wrote 62 attributes, and then I wrote another column, how I wanted to feel, which is oftentimes people don't say how they want to feel, so they get the thing they want. It's like, you treat me like shit, though. You write how you want to feel, and then I wrote the top 5 places that I had never been to before that I would meet her. Do you know that when I met Blair, she had all 62 attributes. She treated me exactly how I wrote down, and what was circled and starred on my paper was at a personal development seminar, and that's where I met Blair. But the reason why I'm sharing that is this was my ideal. This was my person that led me to my ideal life. So you've got to be crystal clear on what you want, why you want it, how you want to feel. Write it down, because you're giving the universe a specific command. And from there, then you go and start to do the work on yourself so that you become the person that's on that list. And when you become that person, you'll meet your mirror.
Yes. And the specifics, getting so specific, you guys. Did you hear that? Like, to a T, exact way she's acting, like everything, you have to get super specific. That's one of the major keys too, I think. And someone asked, okay, I know exactly what I want, but I've been getting frustrated with how long it's taking and now fearful of it not manifesting.
Oh, that's good.
I know, I have an answer too.
That means time is your God. And whatever has power over you becomes your God. Because if you're trying to manifest something, manifestation doesn't come from the physical realm. It comes from the spiritual realm. And time in the spiritual realm is not the same as in the physical realm. So what you're trying to do is control the way spirituality actually works instead of being positioned to actually receive it. So if you say, well, it's not ready in the time, maybe it's supposed to come 10 times bigger, but because you're like, well, it's not here yet. It's saying, well, you're not ready yet then. But if you say, my time is coming, it's coming, and there is no time. And then now you're in the frequency of, it's already mine, so I don't have to wait for what's already here. The universe just needs to catch up. Mm-hmm. And patience is one of the highest forms of leadership. So if you don't have it, don't think about this. I guarantee you, somewhere else in your life, you've heard, can you just be patient? And if patience is the thing that you're meant to learn in this lifetime, then it will be 1,000 times harder. But once you become the kind of person that becomes patient, you might not just get what you're manifesting. You might unlock a code inside of your entire ancestral lineage saying, oh, now they're ready. Let's give them all of our powers.
Yes, love that. So, you know what I always say about this is too, so when you place an order with Amazon, you place the order, you click submit or whatever, and you know it's coming. Like you have to do the same thing when you're ordering something from the universe or asking for something. You know it's coming. Like you have no doubt in your mind. So if you're getting frustrated with how long it's taking or you're fearful of it not manifesting, well, you don't do that when you're ordering anything else. Like, I just ordered an outfit. I don't know if it's ever going to get here. Like, what do I do? And you start freaking out. You don't do that, right? So kind of adopt that same mentality when you're placing an order with the universe. You know it's coming. But the tricky part is you don't know the time. But if you know it's coming and you keep putting in the work, you believe in yourself, having that belief and then taking the action and feeling the feelings of already having it before it gets here, those three together is going to speed it up. But you can't be in the fear or the lack of not having, because if you're in the lack, then that's what you're putting out to the universe of not having. So you're going to keep not having it if you stay there.
I love what you shared, and I have an example 14 years old. I always knew I was going to win 5 Grammys, walk on the red carpet with my mom, and retire her. And I kept that vision, and I kept saying, I'm going to retire my mom at this by 25. I'm going to retire my mom. 25 came. It didn't happen. But I was like, I'm telling you, I'm going to retire my mom. I don't know why. And I had left the music industry in 2011. And for some reason, I'm like, I still feel like I'm going to win 5 Grammys. I'm not in music, but for some reason, and I kept it, and I kept it. Now I'm 26, now 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. 10 years later, I'm in a completely different industry. And then they say, hey, you just you're getting an award for being one of the top health and wellness entrepreneurs in this $8 billion company. And we want to reward the top 250 nominees. And I'm like, cool, where's it going to be held? In the same place where they host the Grammys. And I won 5 awards. And I'm walking on the red carpet with my mom. I was like, this is it. And I looked at her and I said, Mom, call your boss and tell them you're not coming into work anymore. She's like, what? What do you mean, baby? I said, Mom, I'm retiring you. You don't have to ever open your pocketbook again. And in 2015, I retired my mom. And to this day, she's been retired. She no longer has to slave away at this job that's just stripping away her life, because I had a vision and I stayed true to the vision, and the vision shaped me. And I ended up earning 10 times more than what I ever would have thought of, because the time had to treat me like marinated chicken. It needed to be a slow roast.
So it was going to be even better than you expected or asked for.
It's way better, and I impacted way more people. So it's so much sweeter.
Yes. That is, I'm like internally crying. Just want to mess up my mascara, but that was so amazing. Didn't you send your mom to school too? I think I read that on something somewhere.
She went to, I found in her old journal from before I was born, she was like, I want to become a fashion designer and have my own fashion wear line, but I want my 2 sons to be successful. So she gave up her dream to give birth to us. And then when I retired my mom, I enrolled her into the Fashion Institute to go to FITM so that she can learn all the skills. In 2024, she's going to launch her eyewear line.
Whoop, whoop. That's so exciting. You're the best son ever. I'm like, I need to train Sebastian to do that. Just kidding. Okay, that was an amazing story. Love, love, love it. And so this question I have up and I wanted to ask, how do we stay grounded in the fact that we are the star of our own story? It can be hard to stay in that when the world around you is not on the same page and it drags you down.
Well, it all depends on who you're hanging out with and who you're listening to. Whatever you listen to will be the fabric of your life. You might be around negativity. That doesn't mean you can't have headphones on. You might be around negativity. That doesn't mean you can't be a part of mine or your masterminds or something like that. You can be in social groups and things like that. There is a way, and life cannot deny someone who gives their absolute all. One thing I learned when I was in prison, nobody's going to come and save you. You've got to save yourself and determine, here's what I want, here's why I want it, here's the people that's doing it. I'm going to do everything in my power to figure out to get around these people. And so this is why, I do the retreats and the masterminds and the leadership containers and the membership and all this other stuff to create a hub for people that need people.
Yes. You need that good surrounding. So that kind of addresses this question. What if I don't remember what I like to do as a child? So can you kind of help people? You help people remember that kind of stuff?
Absolutely. So I remember I had a client, and she had a lot of money, great business, great husband, great, awesome kids. And she was like, I have all these things and they're all amazing, but something is missing. And I was like, what you used to love to do? What you used to even like to do as a kid? And immediately she looks up. She goes, I used to love to dance. I'm like, at what age? And, she's like, I just always loved dancing. When was the last time you danced? She said, 20 years ago. I said, you have kids, right? She said, yeah. I said, what would happen if your daughter came up to you and tapped you on your knee and was like, Mom, 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 listen to me, listen. For 20 years, what do you think the relationship would be like? And yeah, she said it wouldn't be one. I said, so the same way it wouldn't be one with the physical child. Anything that you used to love to do, whether it's running, jumping, singing, dancing, painting, spinning around, flopping around the house naked, running through the sprinkler, playing with G.I. Joes, anything that you used to love to do is connected to your inner child. And I believe that the inner child is connected to your spiritual umbilical cord to heaven. And so when you don't honor what is in your heart, that's like the little kid inside of you going, Mom, 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 Dad, 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 listen to me. Now imagine ignoring them since you were 5. There would be no alignment to your spiritual and physical self, and that could be what's missing. So I would look at old pictures. I would start doing new things, something that you like every time you watch dance, you're like, man, huh.
Yeah, or even ask people that you grew up with, maybe like aunts, uncles, parents, if you can, siblings, and see if they remember anything that you don't.
Yeah, I think that's perfect. Somebody's saying down here, well, what if you love everything but you aren't great at anything? Nobody said you had to be great at it. This is not about being great. It's not about getting cool points. What it is about is honoring what's in your heart. So what if you don't have to be great about it is probably your aunt or your mom or your dad that didn't acknowledge you for something. That's a whole nother story, but you don't have to be great at something. And the last thing somebody said, well, we don't have to go to prison to learn this. I will tell you this. If you ever felt like you were stuck in something and you didn't know how to get out, my friend, that was prison. You were stuck at a job, stuck in a household, stuck in school, stuck in a relationship, and deep down inside you're like, I don't want to be here. That is prison. You will learn the lesson, or you will be the one that's getting played.
Facts. I wanted to add to that too. So even if you aren't great at it, everything is a skill set. Everything can be learned. Everything is figure outable, right? So someone just said painting. If you're into painting, just go take some painting classes and start doing it every day, and you will inevitably get better at it. And sometimes I think people, think they have to know what their passion is, but you can find your passion by, like he said, trying new things, and then it will come to you. You don't have to know what it is, and then you don't have to worry about knowing what it is right now. Just try new things, and whatever you like a little bit, just keep building on that and focus on one thing, and it will eventually blossom into you are being great at it.